Alright, welcome back. Over the last 45 days, hundreds of millions of pilgrims have converged at the Triveni Sangam in Prayagraj. The grand spectacle of spirituality witnessed people from different walks of life coming together, whether the common public, foreign dignitaries, political leaders, industrialists and celebrities, all uniting in their quest for spiritual enrichment. Among the esteemed international attendees was His Majesty King Jigme Khesar, Namgyel Wangchuck of Bhutan, who honoured the event with his presence, underscoring the deep-rooted cultural ties between India and Bhutan. Philanthropist Lauren Powell Jobs, the wife of Steve Jobs, also known for her humanitarian endeavours, also graced the occasion, reflecting the festival's universal appeal. Additionally, international celebrities such as Chris Martin, lead vocalist of Coldplay, and Hollywood actress Dakota Johnson participated in the sacred rituals, highlighting the global resonance of India's spiritual heritage. Prominent Indian leaders, including President Droupadi Murmu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, took the holy dip at the Sangam, reaffirming their commitment to the nation's cultural and spiritual traditions. Union Minister Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh, Nirmala Sitharaman and Nitin Gadkari were also in attendance, symbolizing the government's dedication to preserving and promoting India's rich heritage. The industrial sector was well represented, with business magnates Mukesh, Ambani and Gautam Adani participating in the holy dip, signifying the confluence of economic progress and spiritual values. Their presence at the Kumbh Mela exemplifies the harmonious blend of material success and spiritual pursuit that characterizes modern India. The festival also attracted a host of celebrities from the entertainment industry. Bollywood stars such as Katrina Kaif, Vicky Kaushal, Raveena Tandon, Tamanna Bhatia, Akshay Kumar were spotted engaging in the sacred rituals, bringing glamour and widespread attention to the event. Their participation underscores the inclusive nature of the Kumbh Mela, bridging the gap between popular culture and spiritual practice. This remarkable assembly of diverse personalities at the Mahakumbh Mela 2025 raises a pertinent question. Do these visits attest to India's role in driving global spiritual awakening? India has long been revered as a land of ancient spiritual wisdom, and the overwhelming participation in this festival suggests a renaissance of sorts, a Bharatiya Punar Jagran, if we can call it. We'll talk about this with our guest. Joining us on the show is Rahul Ishwar. He's a political analyst. Swami Shaleshanand Giri is also joining us on the show. Mr. Gautam Mukherjee, senior journalist, with us on the show as well. Thank you everyone for being a part of this conversation. Rahul, I'll begin with you. I hope you can hear me.
Absolutely, sir.
Rahul, well, the smile on your face says it all, and of course I mentioned in my opening monologue that this is a confluence of not only Indians coming together, it's a confluence of people with varied backgrounds, with varied interests, with varied spiritual beliefs coming together and becoming one. It's a great unifier, and it is something that is only possible in India, is what I feel.
Absolutely. First of all, holy pranam to Mahakumbh, and also on this Mahashivratri, my prayers. This is a great occasion to celebrate our great heritage and spirituality. And please remember, America's total population is only around 35 crores. More than 1.5 times of the entire American population has come to our place, as spiritual pilgrims and taken the holy dip. This is a great occasion. This is the largest spiritual gathering in the history of the world, not only in the history of India right now, in the history of the world, with such great people. Some people say it is 50 crores, some people say it is 60 crores, but anyway, a huge amount of people have come. That's a great significant step. And pranam to Yogi ji, beyond any politics, pranam to Yogi ji and the entire government for facilitating this. This is a great occasion. There is no Congress, BJP, Samajwadi Party or CPM here. It's only we as Indians celebrating our heritage and history, and this is such a great occasion that we should be cherishing. UNESCO has rightly acknowledged this as one intangible heritage of humanity. 3 Guinness World Record books have been achieved, and many statistics say nearly more than 7,500 crores was the economy that really moved. And if we take the indirect aspect of it, maybe more than 1 lakh crore rupees have been spent on various things by enriching the economy too. So India's, as you rightly and brightly said in your introduction, see, India's greatness is synergizing spiritualism and materialism. Earlier many people used to divest it, or many people used to divorce it. Now we are having the confluence of spiritualism and materialism, of all faith, all culture. I had a great feeling when people like Katrina Kaif, who belongs to a different ethnicity, belongs to a different nation by birth, is coming and taking the holy dip. This is all celebration of Indian culture. And let me conclude with just one point. 100 years back, when the British were ruling us, they used to call India the land of snake charmers and half-naked babas. 100 years later, we are leading the global cultural spiritual movement with yoga, with meditation, with Sanskrit, with Tamil, with our culture. And this is how Modi ji can call it Vishwabandhu or Vishwaguru, any name we can call it. But we are being the champions of positivity world over. And that's a great thing. And just one more word to those who are, negative sayers. Those people who are sitting with their iPhone, which was created by Steve Jobs, is right now routinely lamenting the Kumbh Mela, where even the makers of iPhone wanted to come here and take a holy dip, or his wife is coming and taking a holy dip. So that's the significance of it. It's time to unify, and we are the oldest civilization, one of the oldest civilizations and cultures in the world, and that merging with modern technology and management is a marvelous sight, and India is showing the right path to the entire world and humanity.
You're absolutely right, and this is exactly the spot where Steve Jobs got the inspiration to take Apple, his company, to the next level, and in fact ended up making it as one of the most valuable companies in the world. This is where he picked up that inspiration from. Swamiji, thank you so much for being here. What's your opinion? I'm sure you understand the depths and the profound resonance that the Kumbh has had, not only in India but throughout the world as well. Once again, I'm going to reiterate, according to me, this is only possible in India. The confluence that we have gotten to see is only possible in India, because it's not only the land of rituals and the land of tradition and culture, but it is also a land of accommodation. It is also a land where tolerance is practiced.
Yeah, very nicely said once in a song that it happens only in India. So whole of the world can witness it. Ishwar, this Rahul Ishwar, so you said very nicely. Look, on the very first bath, I was little bit disappointed by the mismanagement or maybe the lack of the roots. But what happened, with me was a Japanese Mahamaldeshwara, my own Guru mother, that is Keku Aikawa. She is known as Kela Devi, and she asked me, how many people have gathered here? I said, maybe 15-20 crores. So she said, oh, whole of the Japan is here at the bank of Ganga. So this is what, this is the only opportunity for the world to come at a single platform, and all the wise persons of this world have understood this, and they try to be here to take a dip in this holy river. Look, when we talk about Sanatana Dharma, it's not about any religion. Religion is altogether a different thing, and this time we have proved it that Dharma is the resource, it's the only source for all religion. And because of that, Oriental Brotherhood, which we talk about, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, and that's the national slogan now for all of us, for the nation, for the international level, or for the international peace scenario. So this we have fulfilled this time. First, second bath and third bath, it was live. At the first bath, I used to say a quote that रात के बाद वही रात का घेरा निकला, जुल्मों के शहर में सूरज में अंधेरा निकला. So I was little bit disappointed. But as soon as Vasant Panchami bath came, I said, यूं तो बनती है हर दिन राखी होली और हर रात बनती है दिवाली, लेकिन क्या हर रोज छिटकती जैसी आज छिटकती पूरब मिलाली. That directly denotes that we all, as an innocent saint, we are already surrendered all of our existence towards the Shiva, towards this Sanatana Dharma, and sometimes we get disappointed, that time we get depressed. But as soon as we find any ray of hope, any ray of Sanatana Dharma emerges, you rightly said in the very first line, you said that this is the time for Hindu Renaissance, this is Hindu Uday Kal hai, and this is like a Bhakti Andolan. At that time what happened? Everybody was singing towards the surrender towards the God, and now also it's like a movement of Hinduism. Whole of the world has been appealed to come, watch us, trust us, and see, taste us. We will prove that it's the only Sanatana Dharma which can unify all of the world as one. That's why this Kumbh Mela has proved that no other country, no other religion, how many were gathered at Vatican during this church, how many gathered at Makkah, but this is the topmost, you can say, gathering of human heads, not only heads. There was no incidence of, you can say, mob hysteria. That's the very great thing. Whenever a few people gather, there is a scene of mob hysteria. But this time at Kumbh Mela, there was no mob hysteria. The stampede we saw a little bit of incident, that was not any hysteria, that was just a running up. But wherever in any of the religion of this world, so many people or just 1% of such people gather, there is a psychological phenomena which psychiatrists or psychologists say that this mob hysteria occurs there. But at Kumbh Mela, multi millions have there, and they have got a single idea: surrender towards the one God, that is Advaita, that is the Trinity concept, and that's why they took a bath at the Trinity River meet, that is Sangam, and we have proved. These Hindus have proved. We all are very happy to have these great incidents from the Vedas, from the Puranas, and this occasion we are able to witness it at the 144th year completion. Right, sir.
Gautam, it'll be interesting to understand from your point of view, what has the Kumbh Mela changed in terms of how the world views India, how India views India?
Well, I happened to have the privilege of visiting the Kumbh Mela in 1989, and I spent a whole week there taking multiple baths and wandering around in between all the millions of people. That Kumbh Mela had about 20 million people, and I said to myself, this is the population of Delhi. This time you have 630 million people. So the scale has, multiplied multifold, and it went off beautifully. Considering today's the last day, there have been one or two incidents, the tents catching fire, stampede, which it did happen, unfortunately, more due to indiscipline than lack of proper arrangements. And it's the same in the Delhi station, where people refuse to listen to the police and run around and up and down the ramps and the staircases, and unfortunately some people are killed. But if you look at the scale of what has happened this year, the negative incidents are few and far between. And it only goes to show, look at the momentum since 1989. Today is 2025, and how many times it has grown. A phenomenon like this cannot be seen. In 1989, the whole of Allahabad was, traffic free. You had to walk everywhere. You could barely see a rickshaw. This time, there are a lot of vehicles on the outskirts and so on. Many more people were able to come. It is a wonderfully well-organized affair. The pontoon bridges, the lights, the roads, the miles and miles of roads and cross sections, all the akhadas, the various Naga sadhus, the fakirs, the Gyanis, and what I noticed most of all then, and I'm sure it is the same now, is that there are people chanting mantras all the time, day and night. And these mantras, they float, they have these sort of towers with more people at the base, and it's sort of pyramidal in structure. And then the mantras float across the water and float back, and there is a strange, dizzying, otherworldly sound to this. It is a phenomenon like no other. I am certain nobody anywhere in the world, anywhere, I don't care which country, can organize anything like this. Beneath.
Rahul, what does this also mean in terms of India being ready for the next step when it comes to organizing these massive events? Oftentimes India has been doubted when the Commonwealth Games were at stake. India has been trying to have the Olympics in the country, but that is something that the world doesn't perhaps feel confident about. What do you think? Is that perception going to change?
improve on so many things. See, nobody is saying no. We can become better and better every time. Even one life lost is one too many. Even 1 hour traffic jam is one too many. We would like to decrease, or anyone would like to decrease that. But having said that, we have achieved something absolutely momentous in history. It should be written in world history regarding such a gathering. And it's a huge celebration. And people from all over the world had that spiritual essence. And what is India's greatness? Vivekananda Swami rightly says, every nation has a core identity, and India's identity is spirituality. If America's identity may be, or Japan's identity may be technology, America's identity may be arms and their economy. Every nation has their own uniqueness. Every nation has contributed to the world. The ancient Egyptians had the pyramids, the Chinese had the Chinese wall. See, India's greatness is that spiritual culture of inclusiveness, of pluralism, of celebrating everyone. What Swamiji rightly said, that dharma's essence is there. Dharma, you can call it way of life, spirituality, heritage. It's not mere narrow sectarianism or religion. It's much beyond that, where we celebrate every faith in the deep, and we have inspired that across the world. So I think India has a great role in the world, where extremism is on the rise, sectarianism is on the rise, bigotry is on the rise, clashes are on the rise. So India has a message to the world. That's the reason why I still remember reading a book when I was a teenager, Wither India, Wither Mankind. That means when India gets withered away, the entire world gets withered away, because there is a unifying message that we bring. So I hope we will be able to celebrate that, radiate that, and on another less spiritual mode, this is India's soft power. We should be branding it. We should be marketing it in the Committee of Nations, and we should not be shy about it. I am deeply spiritual person. For me, this is all spirituality. Having said that, there is also an aspect of marketing and branding. We shouldn't shy. When the British can even use Kohinoor to brand them, they are using our Kohinoor to brand them. So why can't we brand our things in a good way? So that branding aspect should be there. Our spirituality is like sun. It doesn't need anybody's proof. But having said that, in the modern age, we should get that sunshine. We should point out in a very good way. And I hope this will really bring a spiritual renaissance across the world.
Swamiji, before we leave, some concluding thoughts from you, and then we move on.
Yes. Very rightly, Gautam sir said that the resonance of mantra was so much that I am still feeling it. I have returned back to Ujjain, and from Ujjain I am at Delhi. I am still feeling the resonance of the mantra, those were going on all of the session. And the second thing is that Rahul already hinted and said it very nicely, that we used to put a slogan, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan. Now there should be one topmost thing, that will be Jai Adhyatma also. Because it's the alone thing from India that will lead whole of this humanity, whole of this world, to make this earth a better place to live upon. So there should be Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan, Jai Adhyatma also. And through your channel, I appeal the government that they have succeeded into this. They have succeeded to prove before the world, before the whole of the humanity, that this is what the spirituality that leads all of the humanity, and that emerges from our great country, that is Bharat, that is India. Thanks.
Gautam?
Well, it is the one thing that everybody said, that all this that sometimes is raised, caste, creed, all that went for 630 million people, all bathing in the Ganga, visiting all the temples that are on the banks in the near about places, the Vasuki temple, the source of the Saraswati. There are many things to see in and on the banks, and all of this is devotion of a scale that doesn't exist anywhere in the world. These are mostly poor people. Many come and stay a whole month, 45 days. They bank there. They are not even in the akharas. They just sit by the side of the river, and they lay out some cloth, and they cook their dinner over there, and the whole family, and they come prepared to live a month or 45 days. It is absolutely mind-boggling. It is humbling. It is something that does not exist anywhere in the world. The nature of Sanatan Dharma is expressed in the Kumbh more ably than in any of the other dhams and any other places. It is the largest and biggest and most profound pilgrimage that any person who follows Sanatan Dharma can go on. It is a once in a lifetime at least. I mean, for me, once I understood it. I understood what it was, and now when I see it on television and I hear, it is the same. It's just larger.
Gautam, I also want to understand from you and take this question from you as well. You know, when it comes to hosting these mega international events, you know, does India only need a PPT on what it has done for the Kumbh?
Well, you know, we can, the nature of hosting our Olympics and the nature of the Kumbh runs itself. All you have to do is make sure that you provide the facilities as much as you can. You know, the other events are more bureaucratic and governmental in nature, infrastructure in nature, you know, with a lot of international standards to be observed. Can we do it? Without a doubt, we can do it. Will we do it? I'm sure if we take it on, we have always done it, and there is no reason why we won't do it again.
All right. On that note, we're going to dip into a short break, but appreciate you joining us, and thank you so much for those perspectives. We'll take a short break. Be right back.